you through the time. Just when you feel like you got nowhere to go, you gotta let that stop, hey, you stop, hey, you.
Yes, indeed, we're going to have a peace of mind in the storm that we are in the eye of at the moment. So we are in the middle of the storm. It hasn't started. It's not coming. It's actually begun quite a while back, back in 2009, really, and also went worse in 2012. That's when the start really happened, and then 2017, 18, 19, now we're in the eye of it. So yeah, anyway, but if we get into the links of the show, before we continue, that is www.spreaker.com/user/100903668. And if you want to get me on the YouTube, that is Rob Blattin. If you search it up on YouTube, that's Blattin and Rob, but Rob comes first. If you want to get me through the Facebook, that's Rob E.T. Tamatea Tuhaka. With the MeWe, it's Rob Tamatea Tuhaka. And I've got a text service here for you, international or national. It is only a text service, so don't try to ring it, well, because you won't get through. Just if you want to send texts to say hello, how's everyone doing, or how's I'm doing here, and or if you want to send me some news or whatever, just where you're listening from, if you do get this podcast. The international number is 006422 1996916. So yeah, acknowledgements as per usual. THI, Truth, Honour and Integrity, with Thomas Williams. G'day to you, hello to you lot, and hopefully you lot are doing good. Same with the OYM lads in their group, Alan, James, Stephen, George. Hello to you too, and also to Randy Morgan and his group with the Off Planet Radio. Hopefully you're doing fine today. Excuse me, gulping, because I've got a drink. But anyway, this shows that I'm doing today is not really about news. It's really a heads up to what's really coming down the pipeline this year. A lot of some people have warned about what's going to be happening this year, but just to make it clear that just be careful what you hear on the news media, the lamestream media this year, because a lot of it is going to be distraction pieces due to the fact of there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes, and even just in New Zealand alone, that I've been finding out, which I will disclose or give closure actually, because disclose meaning opposite, but we'll give closure at a later stage when the lateral comes available to me, because at the moment I haven't got the lateral. I've only got one side of the story, so it's always good to get the lateral before you put it out there. But just a lot of things that are going to be happening that won't make sense to the average Joe. Coups been done, if you see them as coups, or some people might see them as false flags, others might see them as true events. The same with just a lot of things that's going to be happening this year. I can feel it, only because this is the unveiling year. And when things get unveiled, unfortunately, a lot of people don't know how deep the rabbit hole goes regarding all the lies that we've been given for thousands of years. As far as the contract, the 16,000 year contract, and probably even before that too. Which a lot of people don't know about the 16,000 year contract with on the kangaroo skin, and the Māori and also the kangaroo skin have to play a big part in that, which I have a companion in that, which she's doing great where she is. Won't say names because it's really sensitive at this time, but she's doing well. So it's all about learning about the true history of what we, not rewriting history like what a lot of lamestream media and also journalists, if you call them journalists, do. They like to rewrite history, so it gives their spin, their narrative on a certain subject, wherever it's religion, ETs, which regarding ETs and NTs, they're slowly starting to come out, which I remember 4 years ago it was all conspiracy. When I was throwing it out about ETs and the pedo gate and all that back in 2015. And this was way before I got into really doing shows. I was actually just on the ground trying to wake people up at that time, because I've only been in this field for like 4 years, so not that long. But during the 4 years I've learnt quite a lot, compared to a lot of people that have been in it for 40 years or 25 years. I have learnt a lot in such a short amount of time. One thing to keep an eye on is loop news, and what I mean by loop news is Thomas has mentioned it in his shows about the 4 year loops, which I'm actually starting to see here now as well, with news items that are coming up, being pushed as new but actually old. So just be careful with loop news, because that it can be quite dangerous. You don't know really what it's you just put a bit of a spin on it and change the words a bit and then give it another date or whatever and push it out there, and it's all about fear porn, mainly fear porn, and like to put people in a state of fear. But hey, we are here to do the I'm here not to really put fear in. It's really just to let you know what you need to hear, rather than what you want to hear, because a lot of people are in that mode of what you want to hear, reactive, rather than what you need to hear and proactive. I wish there was more people like this in the world, which there will be at a later stage. At this time, there's only quite a few of us that are actually getting out there and have the balls to stand up and say something, rather than just being a sheep and following and trying to fit in with society because society tells you so. I mean, and this is just in my opinion when I say that is, why do you have to fit in society? Why do you have to, like, for example, I always just get told you don't dress right, you got to look great, you got to present yourself really well, and it's like, well, what for? I mean, it's not going to make me feel better. I mean, yeah, there's some occasions where you got to look nice and I guess fit in when it comes to formal occasions, but at the same time I'm like, well, why? and whose opinion is all this based on? Like, a lot of people don't ask these questions. They just be like, oh, I might as well just, wear the suit and tie because everyone else is wearing a suit and tie, so I've got to be a sheep too and do the same thing with wearing suit and tie. And not to take a stab at religion or Latter-day Saints, for an example, but they used to criticize me because of my long hair. I've got long hair, so I didn't fit in. And why do you have long hair? You should cut it. A lot of missionaries used to say you should cut it. I'm like, why? And whose opinion is it? Where does it say in the scriptures where it's bad to have long hair? I mean, Jesus had long hair. I mean, it's speculated, even though his real name is Radomir. So, yeah, because the letter J only came out in the 1940s. Puts a bit of a spin on other things, but anyhow, we like to end on positives as per usual. Another week of broadcasting twice, actually. To be honest, I did get confused with the days, but just being that busy, it's not funny. But hey, it's okay. We're going to be fine at the end of the day. It's just all about walking your own path. Not being coerced in what other people think and what other people's opinion is. I mean, everyone's entitled to the opinion, but at the end of the day, you live in your own body. You're the one that inhabits the vessel all day, every day, and you live a certain way, and you are unique in your thinking patterns. So don't let anybody else tell you otherwise that you're, because everyone's perfect in their own right, because you can't be perfect in a general sense, because what might be perfect to you may be not perfect to others. So you are perfect in your own right, and never forget that, because at the end of the day, society wants to put you in a box, and that's not where we want to be. When you box yourself, you limit yourself. When you dissolve the box, you're limitless, and when you're limitless, your mind is limitless, and when your mind is limitless, you can go realms beyond what they want you to. It's all about a prison, and they want you to be entrapped in a prison. But we are here to free ourselves from our mental prison, and yeah. But until then, you have a great day, night, morning, afternoon, evening, and until then, I'll broadcast to you next week from Robbie T. Tamatea Tuhaka. You've been listening to Robbie T on ET Radio.